listen. I need you to open your mind for what I'm about to tell you, because if you really hear me, your life with women will never be the same again. There are things men casually share with women, thinking it makes them closer, thinking it builds trust, but in reality, it kills attraction. Women will never tell you this to your face, but once you let certain secrets slip, she'll never see you the same. That's why I'm here to give you the truth most women will never confess. I'm going to show you what you must keep to yourself if you want to be respected, admired, and desired. Every man who ignores this ends up wondering why she lost interest, why she pulled away, why she no longer looks at him like the man she once admired. I don't want that for you. So, lean in, take notes if you must, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now. Because what I'm about to reveal is not just relationship advice, it's survival. It's about keeping your masculine edge in a world that keeps trying to dull it. Insecurities. You want insecurities. The first secret you must never tell a woman is your deepest insecurities. I know the modern world tells men to open up, to be vulnerable, to share everything, but here's the raw truth. Women don't respect men who spill their weaknesses too freely. You might think it builds closeness, but in reality, it chips away at the foundation of attraction. Think about Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors of Rome. Do you know what made him stand out? He carried the weight of the empire while writing down his private doubts and fears in his journal meditations. But here's the key. He never broadcasted them to the world. Those writings were for himself, a way to strengthen his mind, not a confession booth to weaken his authority. He understood something most men today forget. A man must master himself in silence before he speaks with power to others. When you tell a woman, "I'm scared of losing everything," or "I don't feel like I'm good enough," you plant a seed in her mind. She might comfort you in the moment, but later, when life throws challenges at both of you, she'll remember those words. And in that moment, she won't see a strong man she can lean on. She'll see the cracks you showed her. Do you really want her questioning your strength when you need her to trust it the most? Now, let me ask you something. If Leonidas, the Spartan king, who stood with just 300 men against the Persian army, had told his warriors, "I'm terrified. I don't think we can win," do you think they would have followed him into battle? Of course not. Strength is not about never having fear. It's about carrying it silently with discipline and showing only the courage the world needs to see. This doesn't mean you bottle everything up. Number. You find a journal, a trusted brother, a mentor, maybe even a therapist if you need one. But you never unload your raw fears on the woman you want to admire you. She doesn't want to carry the weight of your doubts. She wants to feel safe in your presence. She wants to know that no matter what storm comes, you are the rock. Seneca once said, "Man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them." Remember that how you frame your struggles is everything. If you frame them as challenges you're overcoming, you inspire her. If you frame them as insecurities that define you, you lose her respect. So, next time you're tempted to open your mouth and confess every weakness just to feel lighter, stop. Ask yourself, do I want relief in this moment, or do I want respect for a lifetime? Because one careless confession can change how she sees you forever. Never tell her how many women you've been with too. Never tell her how many women you've been with. Another secret you must never tell a woman is the full truth about your past with other women. Let me be clear. Women are curious by nature, and they will ask. They'll say, "So, how many girls have you been with?" Or, "Tell me about your past relationships." And here's the trap. The moment you answer honestly, whether the number is high or low, you've already lost. If you say it's a high number, she'll judge you. Even if she laughs it off in the moment, she'll imagine you as a man who can't settle, a player who may never be loyal. If you say it's a low number, she might secretly question your experience, your desirability, or even your ability to attract women. Either way, the truth will be twisted against you. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said, "Control what you can, accept what you cannot." You cannot control her reaction to your past, but you can control what you reveal. Smart men learn that some truths are better left unspoken. Look at powerful figures in history. Do you think Julius Caesar, known for his affairs, bragged to Cleopatra about every woman he had been with? Of course not. A wise man lets his presence, not his past, define him. When a woman pushes for your number, she's not really looking for facts. She's testing your frame. She wants to see if you'll fold under her questions or stand firm with self-control. The right move is to redirect with charm or mystery. Say something like, "Enough to know what I want and wise enough to know what I won't settle for." That answer gives her nothing to use against you while keeping her intrigued. Let me ask you, why give away information that can only hurt you? Does telling her the truth about your past change how you treat her today? Number. Does it build respect? Number. In fact, it only risks poisoning her image of you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to act according to virtue, not for the approval of others. The same applies here. Your past women are irrelevant. Your actions in the present matter most. Don't try to earn her trust with unnecessary honesty. Instead, earn her trust by showing consistency, strength, and integrity in how you treat her now. Attraction thrives on mystery, not full disclosure. So, next time she leans in with that tricky smile and asks, "How many girls have you been with?" Remember this: her respect depends not on your answer, but on your discipline to withhold it. Silence, mystery, and composure. That's what keeps her drawn to you. Money. 3. Money. The third secret you must never tell a woman is the full truth about your money. Listen carefully. This one destroys more men than anything else. Women are naturally wired to test provision, security, and lifestyle. But the moment you tell her exactly how much you earn, you hand over control of how she values you. If you tell her you make little, she may begin to see you as limited, a man without ambition, even if you are building something great. If you tell her you make a lot, her expectations may rise and she may unconsciously measure your worth by how much you can provide. Either way, you've just put yourself in a box. Seneca once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." True strength comes from how you manage what you have, not the number in your bank account. Do you think men like John D. Rockefeller or Elon Musk ever told women their exact figures number? They let their vision, their presence, and their direction speak louder than a paycheck. A woman doesn't truly want to know the exact amount you make. She wants to feel whether you're a man with ambition, direction, and control over his life. And here's the truth. When you reveal your money details, you rob yourself of mystery and leverage. Let me hit you with a question. If a king told everyone exactly how much gold was in his treasury, how long would it take before people started plotting how to take it from him? The same applies to you. When you announce your wealth or your lack of it, you expose yourself. Women will respect you more when you show discipline with money, not numbers. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself never to flaunt possessions, because the external is never what makes a man great. It's his inner command. So the next time she asks, "How much do you make?" don't make the mistake of turning it into a confession. Redirect with vision. Say enough to take care of what matters, and focused on building more. That answer shows strength, control, and direction without giving her ammunition to use against you. Remember, money is a tool, not your identity. Protect it like you protect your crown. Fear. Fear. Another secret you must never tell a woman is what you truly fear. Every man has fears. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing status, fear of being alone. But once you hand those fears to her in words, she'll never look at you the same. She may hug you in the moment. She may even say, "I understand." But deep inside, something changes. She starts to wonder if she can rely on you when life really tests both of you. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled Rome during plagues and wars, surely had fear. But he never let those around him see it. Instead, he wrote in his meditations, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." He kept his fears private, converting them into discipline. That's what made him untouchable in the eyes of his people. Now imagine telling a woman you're scared of losing your job, your status, or your ability to provide. She might reassure you today, but the image of your fear will live in her mind forever. An attraction dies in that shadow. Do you want to know why Spartan warriors were so admired? It wasn't because they never felt fear. It was because they never spoke their fear. They fought with courage. They showed presence, and they understood fear is only powerful when it's voiced. So here's the real question for you. When you feel afraid, are you going to dump it on her, hoping she'll carry it for you? Or will you stand tall, carry it like a man, and let her see only your courage? Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." If you admit your fears openly to her, you plant your imagination into her mind, and she begins to fear with you instead of leaning on you. That is the fastest way to lose her trust. So, the next time fear grips you, write it down, face it, master it, but never hand it over to her. Let her see your courage, not your weakness. Because in her eyes, your silence in fear makes you stronger than any words ever could. Betrayals. 5. Betrayals. One more secret you must never tell a woman is how badly other women betrayed you. Men love to believe honesty about the past will make her sympathize, but it does the opposite. The moment you say, "My ex cheated on me," or "Women have used me before," she will file that information away, and it will shape how she sees you. Instead of pity turning into loyalty, it often turns into doubt. She'll wonder, if other women didn't value him, why should I? You might think you're showing honesty, but what you're really showing is the scars of being chosen last. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When you speak of betrayal, you relive it. You carry the wound forward and you make it part of your identity. But a man with power never drags his ghosts into his present. Think about Alexander the Great. He lost friends. He was betrayed by generals. Yet, he never stood before his men and cried about being deceived. He stood taller, learned, and marched forward as if no wound could stop him. That's what made him unstoppable. So, let me ask you, when you tell a woman how others betrayed you, do you think she sees a warrior who overcame or a victim who still bleeds? Women do not want to feel they are competing with your past ghosts. They want to feel you've conquered them and left them buried. Seneca said, "We are always complaining that our days are few and acting as though there would be no end of them." The same applies to heartbreak. You waste your limited life retelling betrayals instead of moving forward. The strongest men learn, adapt, and speak only of lessons, never wounds. So, Next time you're tempted to open up about how badly you were wronged, stop. Remember, she doesn't need your pain. She needs your presence. A man respected by women is not the man who cries about his betrayals. It's the man who rises above them without needing to say a word. Weakness. 6. Weakness. Another secret you must never tell a woman is where you feel the weakest as a man. This could be your struggles with discipline, your addictions, your lack of control in certain areas. The moment you say, I can't control myself when it comes to this, or I always fail at that, you etch an image of helplessness in her mind. Women are drawn to men who conquer themselves. Epictetus taught, no man is free who is not master of himself. Think about that for a second. If you reveal to her the very thing that owns you, she may smile. She may hug you, but in her heart, she's losing respect. Look at the Stoics or even modern leaders. Did they advertise their weak spots? Number. They worked in silence to overcome them. Winston Churchill faced crippling depression, what he called his black dog, but he never confessed this weakness to the public. He led his nation through war with the image of strength. Now ask yourself, if you show a woman where you are weakest, will she admire you more? Or will she begin to wonder how long before that weakness takes you down? Attraction is not about perfection. It's about direction. If you admit weakness without showing mastery, she will doubt your ability to protect, lead, and inspire. A man must turn weakness into discipline before speaking of it. Otherwise, his words are just confessions of defeat. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. That's the truth here. Don't tell her where you stumble. Show her where you stand. She doesn't need to see the chains you're still trying to break. She needs to see the strength of the man who keeps moving forward despite them. Keep your weaknesses private until they're scars of battles won, not wounds still bleeding. Doubt. 7. Doubt. The last secret you must never tell a woman is when you doubt yourself as a man. Doubt is natural. We all question if we're good enough, if we're making the right moves, if we have what it takes. But the moment you speak that doubt into her ears, you place a crack in the way she sees you. She may not show it immediately, but over time, her faith in you will weaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He knew doubt was fuel, not something to confess. Great men turn doubt into fire, not into conversation. Imagine if a general on the battlefield turned to his soldiers and said, "I'm not sure we can win." Do you think they would fight with conviction? Number, they would hesitate, and hesitation kills. In the same way, when you tell a woman you doubt yourself, you make her hesitate in believing in you. Women want to believe in a man more than they want his confessions. They want to feel his certainty. Even if he's still figuring it out behind the scenes, Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Doubt grows when it's spoken, but it shrinks when it's confronted. So ask yourself when you look into her eyes, do you want her to see a man who is unsure of himself or a man who moves forward despite uncertainty? A man who admits doubt to himself in private grows stronger. A man who spills it to a woman loses her trust. The choice is yours. Never hand her your uncertainty. Hand her your resolve. Conclusion. Now you see the truth. There are certain secrets no man should ever tell a woman, because once you do, she will never see you the same. It's not about lying. It's about protecting your frame, your mystery, and your strength. Women don't respect men who confess every insecurity, every weakness, every fear. They respect men who face those battles in silence, who master themselves like Marcus Aurelius, who stand firm like Leonidas, who carry their doubts like a shield instead of spilling them for comfort. Attraction is fragile. It's not built on words, it's built on presence. And the moment you give away the wrong words, you shift the balance forever. Ask yourself this: do you want to be seen as her rock, her warrior, her king, or as her patient, her project, her weakness? The choice is yours. Remember, silence is power, mystery is magnetic, and self-mastery is irresistible. That's the lesson I want you to walk away with today. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more truths women will never say out loud. Come back next time, ready to sharpen your edge even further. Until then, hold your secrets close and hold your power even closer.